back. Hot Summit, FightHype.com. Here with Jim Lampley. How you feeling today, man? How you feeling today?
I'm all right. How are you?
No complaints, man. No complaints. What are your thoughts on the whole Ryan Garcia thing? Do you think something is actually wrong, the drinking, the partying, or do you think it's more so like the biggest troll job ever, man? What do you think?
I don't think it's all a troll job. It's so omnipresent and it's repeated itself enough, and it enters into his interactions even in a situation like this in the gym, where it leads me to believe that this is not an act. This is not just for public benefit, but this is Ryan Garcia. So from there you go to, do you worry about his state of mind? It's not my business. I don't know him, and haven't met him or spent time with him personally. This may be the best way for him to prepare for a fight. And if so, then we'll see the result of that once he gets into the ring. If this is an unwarranted distraction that diminishes his ability to prepare for a serious prize fight against a technically gifted fighter, then that's going to show up in the ring, and we'll see what happens from there. But it's hard for me to imagine, from my old world perspective, that all of this social media behavior is a benefit to him in preparing for a fight in the prize fight ring.
Are you giving him much of a chance come Saturday night? Like, how do you think it ultimately plays out?
Anybody who throws a quality left hook has a chance. He throws a quality left hook. It's the punch that's most likely to change a fight in a given instant. So if he lands a left hook, he can change my perception about everything. But if the fight goes according to form, the superior technician wins the fight, and I believe Devin Haney's the superior technician. Devin Haney has a platform from which he could go forward toward proving he's the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. That platform, which once belonged to Teofimo Lopez, is a victory over Vasily Lomachenko. If you beat Lomachenko, you beat the most profound technician of the last 20 to 25 years. Devin did that. So he's got a perch now from which, if he keeps winning and keeps fighting effectively, he could wind up being seen as the #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. Step one, he's got to beat Ryan Garcia Saturday night.
Do you think he's ever recovered from that loss from Gervonta Davis mentally-wise? Because I feel like, from my perspective, he feels like it's never happened. He tries to move on, pretend it never happened with excuses. Do you think he's ever moved on from that fight?
I haven't met him. I don't know him. I couldn't comment on that. I couldn't tell you how resilient he is in terms of recovering from a setback like that. It's very difficult. If you see yourself as a quality fighter and you believe that you're going to go forward in your career and you get hit with one shot from which you can't get up, and by the way, it's almost always the liver shot, then that changes your perspective. And, for the next 2 years, you're going to go to bed at night thinking, how did that happen? So we'll see Saturday night what he's got.
2024 marks this official era where there's no Showtime and HBO. What is your sense about not having the OGs, the original premium networks for boxing?
The world keeps changing. Nothing's going to stop technological progress for sure. I'm participating now in a brand new storytelling form, which is called PPV.com. PPV.com is a chance for me to sit at ringside and text live chat into a computer. I still get to talk about what's happening in the fight, share my observations. It's a different form of storytelling. I share it with a boxing writer, in this case Lance Pugmire from the Los Angeles Times, and that didn't exist 4 or 5 years ago. So the world keeps changing. Technology is the thing that changes fast. It's the thing that most influences how people live. Social media. Ryan Garcia is a new form of boxing creature because of social media. So am I qualified to understand how that works or how it's going to affect him? No. I'm from the old world, not from the new world.
Just last question for me. Who will be the guy that's Devin's biggest fight and his biggest threat? Do you think it's Shakur Stevenson? Would you think it's Gervonta Davis? Or would you say it's probably Teofimo Lopez?
I think all three of those guys figure into the mix. I think at some point he could have big fights against any of those three. Teofimo has a loss. Shakur Stevenson is unbeaten. Gervonta Davis is unbeaten. If he gets the win that a lot of us expect him to get against Ryan Garcia, I think the first question is probably going to be Gervonta Davis.
So you think he's a bigger threat than Shakur Stevenson, Gervonta Davis? Do you think he's a bigger threat to Devin Haney?
Gervonta Davis is a puncher. Shakur Stevenson's a boxer. People want to see punches. So that's what I think will happen next. Or at least that's what I think will be on people's minds.
Gotcha.
You know, he may want to fight a boxer. Possible.
Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.